aquí, Carlos, ¿cuál es lo principal que quieren ver? Porque aquí vamos, o sea, es el ciclo completo. ¿Quieres que explique eso?
Sí, el ciclo completo de Sinaloa.
Okay, for us here in Sinaloa, the crop cycle starts in September because it's the perfect temperature and sowing, transplanting in September, and then we start to harvest at the end of November of the earliest December, and you have all your production maybe 4, 5, 6 months until May. That's the weather permit for us, and even if we want have production in May or August or July, we can do that with this kind of technologies. It's a passive shade houses. Even if we have a greenhouse, plastic greenhouse, we can't do it.
Planting after December, there is no chance. Only these 3
You
months?
can planting here September, October, November, and December. But the problem is, you have your cycle is going to be short because you can't harvest after May. Yes, and you're gonna have a shortest cycle.
That is means the crop should not cross May. Is there any?
Never cross May. Maybe May 15.
With retractability, no, Richards.
This
is
date
the-
you can change. Maybe September, October, November. But the optimus is in October, the end of October.
Yes.
But the grower to have more production, move your planting date to September. But it's not the perfect weather.
What's the tomato price in May, June, and July approximately? Market price.
When
high,
compared
really
to
high.
this season.
But yes, very high.
Very
high.
I mean,
Then
But maybe you can produce in other part of the, I don't know, is Mexico or.
Yeah. We'll come back to the planting strategies later. I think the first thing is,
So first listen to that strategy, what they already.
so the first thing is, what are the challenges transplanting in September? Because only 15% are transplanting in September.
Yes.
Why is it only 15%? What's the challenge or the problem?
The problem is the flower. In September you can have flowers, but the fruits don't. What's the
Abortion.
The abortion. A lot of abortion for the heat. No abortion. Maybe that 50% for sure is abortion.
Flower drop. You mean flower drops?
Yes.
Reason?
Why abortion?
The weather is too heat and.
If you transplant in September, it flowers in the end of October or November, beginning of November.
It is
So
for
the temperature will be
because
high
it's
or
too
low?
cool for us. It's
Cold.
Okay, cold.
So
but
September.
you say that the production will start from only from December, no?
Yeah, if they transplant in the end of September.
No, basically most of the production will start in the
If you plant here
60
in
days
October,
first harvest.
you're gonna start to planting at the end of December.
No, even
You need
for
90
summer
days.
production also. No? So flowering should start in October end or November. No?
end of November.
So flowering initiation but differentiation. That takes place 30 to 45 days earlier to the production.
Yeah.
So because low temperatures, that affects.
Yes.
So this is all you are explaining about the normal growers season, am I right?
The average of the growers here in the north of Mexico.
Not of this is the season. Okay.
I think yesterday somebody said the government has fixed, so nobody should transplant before September 15th.
These 3 months, there is no production. Government.
No,
does not.
but the goal is with our technology, they can get November market, early November, and December when the price is too high, and then stay with quality after April 15 to end of June.
With Cravo technologies, we can plant in August.
That's what actually we are asking.
That is the point for which we came all the way here.
Whether this can be changed.
Yes, change
Whether
to
this
heat,
can be
to heat
changed.
it with
One issue. Second issue is suppose since we do not have the crop in the month of June and July, and is there any possibility to advance this transplanting so that we get the crop here? Because what you were telling that the prices are very high in July.
Well, okay, I think what you have to look at.
Two things.
Okay, the first thing is, this here could be, this is really the transplanting in open field.
True.
This is the transplanting in the net house.
Yeah.
So when Ricardo's talking about abortion, it's open field here,
Okay.
because this is the hurricane season in here. So they will plant in the open field because they can manage hurricane risk because there's no structure. But here they don't want to cover the net house till October because of the hurricane risk. Plus, if you had 100 millimeters of rain come into the net house, you would have an extremely bad condition. So this timing is optimal for the net house because you're after the hurricane, you're after some of the heat. Now, what you're seeing here is a long cycle. So you could transplant here and they're harvesting over till here. What you're going to see tomorrow is a transplanting from January
Yes.
with the goal to go into here.
Yes. That is what my question was.
So what happens is in your production planning,
Yeah.
you either look at one long cycle
Or
or two short cycles. And so here, the open field is in production here.
yeah.
The best prices are here and here.
Yes.
So if you did a transplanting here, you would be harvesting here when the prices are high.
Very high.
When January comes and the price goes down, you clean the greenhouse, take away the determinate tomatoes or semi-determinate,
You're going to have production here.
you're going to have production here, right when the open field is finished.
And, yes.
Finished. Then you get a. You
That's
can
right.
keep the good price.
So
Which are all
You
the
can
rainy
get two
months here?
flushes here, one flush and another one flush here.
Rainy season.
the rainy season is here,
July to September. This is the heavy rain.
and October.
Okay.
So
I
hurricanes
think
are more
almost similar
here.
to the some
Hurricanes
part
are
of the
more
India.
here.
Yes.
Hurricanes are more
Similar
here.
to
Yeah,
some part of the
actually up to here.
You do soil solarization at the end of the crop.
Sometimes, yes.
Sometimes. Yes. And January transplanting, government doesn't say anything. No problem.
No problem. You can do it if you want.
Okay, I think.
But we can do it. Because we wanna do just for 1 month of production is too short for us.
I think
Oh,
almost.
okay. Suppose if we transplant in January, is there any rule that we have to finish the crop by May
In May. Yes.
and leave 2-3 months? Oh, that problem is there.
Well, for this zone,
Okay. For Sinaloa.
but not for India.
No, I'm just asking.
After May, crop should not be there.
Well, okay, just understand that Sinaloa is not the optimal climate at this time of the year. There's other parts of Mexico that are.
Yes.
So, in a perfect production system, you use Sinaloa for your winter, and you use a higher elevation for your summer, like Torreon or El Bajío.
Yes.
Exactly. So, if you look, for example, here, our strategy would be to transplant September 1,
Yeah.
harvest from December until, say, May or June. In Torreon, which is at 1,100 meter elevation, but also 24-degree north latitude, they transplant in January. They start their harvest in April and they go until December with a long cycle. So if Torreon is in production here and Culiacan is in production here, you have 12 months supply from 2 locations.
What's the maximum you can stretch for Sinaloa?
Well, here you're going to be limited.
Because he said this is the beginning.
Yeah, here you're
It's not
limited by the
restricted for here,
government
this is
and the water.
government guideline.
Yeah, well, the government and the water is limiting basically through here.
So only 15 days we can stretch.
You can pull it forward, yeah, from
Backward.
here. But
30
if you
days.
can see here,
It's a
the problem is this is still a very low percentage. So there's not that many tomatoes being planted in September
Yeah.
because of the heat, the abortion. So the growers that used to transplant here
This is summer,
found
September,
September they would transplant.
summer.
It's summer, and they would get flower abortion. So if you lose the first flowers, you might as well just delay the transplant until October and not lose the first flowers.
Maybe by adopting your greenhouse technology, is there any chance of success with respect to no
Yeah.
flower abortion?
Absolutely.
Then we go up to August.
Yeah, so legally you can say we're limited by August, but not climatically.
Yeah.
So we can cool, so you could transplant in August, not a problem. But for this particular zone, that is a limiting factor.
What is HPC?
yeah, it's for us is R&D.
It's okay. It's okay.
Okay, I have one comparison compared to India and Culiacan. I think almost the rainy period is the same.
Yeah.
Okay. Second, the open field condition, that the the production is almost there. Also, we plant somewhere in September, October. Then our peak production is February,
March.
January, April, March. So here, and we also have the prices of tomato. It will be very low during this period and also during this period. That is where most of the processors they are going to process and they are getting the price. So the prices by doing this greenhouse cultivation or refractable this one, if you can get a good the price during this period. This period
April also, sir.
April also. April. Okay, April. Okay.
White flies ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ.
White fly. Okay, April, May, June, July. These 4 months. Then again the prices is going to shoot up in this months. Yeah, November, December.
ಅದು ಖರೀಫ್ harvest ಇಂದ ಬರುತ್ತೆ.
Yeah. No, it comes and again November, September. Only August, September we have the low price. So I think almost we have the similarity of Culiacan and the India, where the maximum of tomato is being produced or this kind of bell pepper is produced. The second thing, the last point is that, so this is about the growing of this one. What about the climatic conditions? So, climatic, the temperature and the humidity, that also. I think in India, the most of the production of tomatoes, all this kind of things happens in the Maharashtra belt, that is the Pune or Nashik belt, Madhya Pradesh, and part of Karnataka where the Kolar and Bangalore part. This is the two major hubs of tomato which is produced, and that is there also the temperature I think almost similar to this. The lower maximum and minimum temperature. Let us not compare other parts of the country because where the tomato is not being produced, these two places of this one, it is going across the country. And that is, I think, it's a good that Culiacan in India, where the tomato or this production is taking place, is similar to that.
So the question then is, see, the current production areas are targeting the same as Culiacan at the moment. The other parts of Mexico are targeting the other windows.
Yes.
So now the question is, if you were going to design a production system to supply opposite Maharashtra, Maharashtra, okay. The other two, if you're trying to complement the other two regions, you would then say, where in India do I have the best climate zone to use the retractable roof to easily supply during this window? So I can show you some pictures and videos from a project, maybe a 1-hour flight east from here, same latitude, but 1,100 meters. And they are doing their harvest here, which is exactly opposite
to this.
Culiacan, and is exactly what you need. So we know that climate condition, and they're harvesting April to December, which is the perfect complement. So all we need to do is go, where is that similar climate condition, and we know we can do it.
But we have other problem also. Here peak whitefly population will be there, wherein we are saying price of tomato is very high. And here peak fungal spores will be present.
Well, the grower...
If it is open, it affects by fungal diseases here, and it is by...
Well, the grower in Torreon has insect net under his retractable roof.
I have one more question. In India, any season
during that
without insect net, it is not possible.
Sorry?
In India, without insect net, it's not possible.
I will agree that. His things I will agree. But as an agronomist, I will tell that if you have insect net there, again inside temperature will be more. It creates flower aversion.
Well, the question is, how does the climate in the retractable roof with the insect net affect the plants? Because your statement is correct if you're talking about a conventional net house. But the moment you say, if we combine the retractable roof with the net, what is the response of the plant? And that's why you can say that this trip was planned specifically for you to understand the challenges that they have here in their current production systems, so that you can now say, we must be sure that we can eliminate those challenges with the retractable roof. And so by the demonstration house is less than a kilometer from here.
Is there any farmer using retractable greenhouse for 2 years, commercially producing the hybrids?
Yeah, I can show you videos from last year, this year in Florida.
at least some 2-3 years
You should have
experience he is
your
having.
own commercial retractable greenhouse producing something, so that instead of hearing from others.
Well, actually, people believe it more when they hear it from a grower.
That's true, that's true.
So,
Usually,
We are
if somebody
believing you
invents
also.
something, they will experiment on themselves.
well, yeah.
Sir, we are believing you also, no problem.
They
Well,
are supposed to have, so they believe in us.
Here's the difference. You see, when we do experiments at our greenhouse, we're quite comfortable to make mistakes. We're willing to do things to try to figure out how to break the rules and create new ones. And you can't do that at a commercial nursery. So our trials,
What's the maximum age of retractable greenhouse a farmer is growing commercially? In your
25 years,
5 years.
25.
A farmer is growing commercial crop using retractable greenhouse for 25 years.
We've been doing it 30 years.
Where?
Where?
Canada, United States is the primary, because we were focused on Canada and Australia. We were focused on Canada, United States for like 25 years. And it was only 5 years ago that we said, okay, we're going to take this technology to other climate zones where we see we will have the biggest positive impact.
Then why there is no great penetration from retractable to conventional greenhouse? You say
Conventional to retractable.
conventional.
Conventional to retractable. Why there is no?
No, okay, what you have to look at is when you look at a market, and let's take Culiacan as the example, they were all open field growers. And they had no investment in structures. And Mexico has the same problem as India, and that is that financing is not always easy, and the farmers don't have access to financing. And so when you are converting from an open field to protection, you need money. For this particular climate zone, you can grow in the net house, no problem, during this window. And they can build this for $4 a square meter. So if you have $1 million, you can cover 25 hectares.
Okay, for convincing to a grower,
Yes.
the most important thing what you said in the morning or yesterday,
Yep.
we have to have the data of markets.
That's right.
Yeah, market data. What is the market? Which are the months? This our investment, return on the investment. What exactly it is going to be?
Yep.
Is the generation.
Tomorrow,
Yeah.
we will go
I think
through
that is a very key part before any what you said, that replication or duplication or penetration that has to take place.
Yep.
Only that is the one key. This thing.
And that is where we will look at that tomorrow. After you've seen the cropping cycles,
Yeah.
then you have to look at, are 2 cycles of semi-determinate better or 1 cycle of indeterminate? Because they're going to give you crop at different times.
I will tell you in India what happens. This is the period we get the tomato
Yep.
at the rate of 5 rupees a kilo. Rupees 5. Okay, here also we get about 5 to 10 rupees a kilo, August, September. And this month it will go to 30 to 40 rupees.
Yep.
So that
Same
means
here.
almost it goes to the 5 to 6 times.
Yep.
This, and again this zone also it goes to 20-25 rupees. This is what I have seen for the last
right.
couple of years.
Now, here's when you look at it from an economics point of view,
Yeah.
and if I say, okay, let's do a transplanting here September 1, and we're going to do an indeterminate long cycle.
Yeah.
We start our harvest here.
Yeah.
That means we're in harvest here with our indeterminate tomato,
Yeah.
which means we are competing with the open field 5 rupee per kilo.
Yeah.
That's not good. I don't want to compete with open field because open field is the best production system during this time.
Yeah.
It's the cheapest. So what I want, if I do a semi-determinate here and I harvest November, December, I get the high prices.
Correct.
Then I clean the greenhouse out,
Yes.
replant here,
Yeah,
so
and
when the
again get
prices,
here.
that's right, and now I'm picking up the high price on the second cycle.
Yeah.
So now what we've done, we've designed the retractable roof production system to maximize our gross profit and the return on investment.
Yeah.
Because every kilo I sell here, I only get 5 rupees.
Yes, that's right.
That's right. So if I'm going to build a more expensive structure,
Yeah.
I want to get the highest price per kilo, which is here.
Yes, and here.
That's right. So double cycle, in my opinion,
Yeah.
can have a very big positive impact because when you do a semi-determinate, you don't need to have people climbing high because you're harvesting from stakes.
Yeah, cost.
Which is more, and it's more natural for the farmer. He understands open field.
Yeah.
He doesn't understand strings.
Yeah.
So if you say, hey, we're just going to change your transplant date from here to here, we're going to put a retractable roof and we're going to grow staked tomatoes here,
Yeah.
and then you finish, clean out, replant, and grow. For the young plant nurseries, they will really like that because they get to sell young plants here
Yeah.
to the retractable roof, here to the greenhouse or net house, or sorry, and to open field, and here again into the retractable roof. So they're going to have 3 cycles of young plants that they can sell. So this is where you can say yesterday we were focusing on the roof, the climate, the radiation.
Yeah.
Now we're starting to look at the plant response, and now we're actually starting to design the production system inside once we understand the crop response. Because by knowing what you can do with the roof, you can change your planting strategies. And when we talked in the bus, going back to the retailer, he wants constant supply,
Yeah.
12 months per year. So my belief is for an area like this, this is a perfect location for open field here, retractable semi-determinate here and here, and you grow in a different location here at a higher elevation because here you're basically at sea level. So if you have 2 locations, one at 1,000 meters, one at sea level, you will now have 12-month-a-year supply. And the other thing that's important, you can see with tomatoes, risk of virus is high. What I don't like about the indeterminate one is if I get virus here, it stops my production.
True.
But if I do semi-determinate here and here, the risk of virus is less. And I'm not trying to go a long cycle. I'm trying to get as many kilos in a short cycle,
Yeah.
which means my risk went down.
In India, 90% is determinates.
Determinate. Okay, so
Only 10%.
that fits more with the mindset and the protocols of India.